I got a lot to say about these game engines right here. So that's why today in this video, I will be ranking all these game engines. There's like a few I have actually used, but others I actually quite like know them quite solidly. So yeah. Firstly, Construct 3. I don't really know this engine too well actually, but it's a engine that you can use without using any programming language and just visual scripting, which is I thought okay that's pretty cool. But I haven't got much to say about it really, and it doesn't really appeal to me that much. So it's mid. Next one on the list, Click Team Fusion. Well, I just did a little bit of research just now that you can actually like make games like for the websites. I thought that's pretty cool to be honest. And I guess there's no program required, I believe. And I believe it was actually the game like Final Fantasy 30 was made on. So and there was a few versions that you can actually try out as well. And the full version is actually £70, which is actually not too bad actually. So I guess it's go on the C tier. It's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool engine. Next up, the Cry engine. Well, I haven't got much to say. Like, I haven't got much to say about this one. I haven't used it that much or at all. I heard the engine is actually for free, actually, which is actually pretty cool. And when you publish your games, the first 5K like is basically like totally for free. But if it passes that, you only like you're only like losing like 5% of your like revenue. So I thought that's pretty cool. Also, I believe it's the worst version of Unreal in my opinion. It's mainly because I mean it's not really a good reason really, but like it's actually much harder to use than Unreal. And I don't think it has much going for it really in my opinion. So just because of the engine it's free. But actually no, it's detail. Yeah, just stay on there. Next up, the Game Maker. Finally, something good. And I can actually talk about it pretty well. I actually really love this engine, actually. I really, really love this engine. The game, I know like one particular game is actually made from that engine, and it's Undertales, and that game is solid. I tell you right now, please play it. Honestly, it may be limited like I mean, it doesn't really have like good 3D for support, but I'm telling you right now, you can make amazing 2D games on this engine. Like, it's so good. Just for that reason, I put it like A, B. It's flipping great. It's actually pretty good. Also, you can try the free version like for the engine, but like for the if for like the projects you actually want to like commercially be like used for, it's only like £100. Like it's actually a pretty good deal. Next up, the GB Studio. Again, I really love this engine. I haven't used it that much, but I've seen games that you can actually just import it to your very own Game Boy and the Game Boy emulator. I thought that's actually really amazing, and I actually want to use it like one day, like properly. And for that, on the top of that, you don't really need to know like any like programming like languages to use it. Honestly, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, S tier you go. Next up, Godot. Ugh. Like no offense, I'm not really a Godot person. I prefer Unity over Godot. I mean, I seem like games that made from Godot is actually really good, and it has like C sharp support as well. I think that's pretty cool. I guess. I mean, for the 3D side of things of Godot, it's pretty mid in my opinion. But the 2D side of it, I think that's actually pretty cool actually. So for that reason, I was putting it B tier. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it has like pretty like really good community support. So yeah, Mimo game. I swear to God, if Unity dies tomorrow, like really dies, and the company just like effed off or like something like that, Mimo games I am switching to full stop. It supports C Sharp primarily. It's amazing. Also has like games made on there like such as Select and Stardew Valley. Select is actually a really amazing game, and I invite you guys to play it. It's so good. And for that reason, I would say A. Yeah. Pi games. Well, Python is a weird language, isn't it? I used it once and made a pinball game out of it. Yeah, it's a lot to learn with Python. Like, it's just a very odd language to learn, in my opinion. But I think games like made pretty well on it. I think I just haven't know enough to like give it a true like real opinion. But I think it's a pretty cool engine for what it is, really. So I guess I can put it in C tier. I guess. Renpai, Renpai. I actually really like this engine. Again, it has a very old language which is known as Python. But you know what? I think it's beginner friendly actually. Like this is more probably like more easy to use than Pi games. And you can create like visual novels. Like it's actually pretty good. And I think I know one particular game that actually made from that, which is called Doki Doki Literature Club. And I thought I never actually played it, but it looks cool. And I've seen like other like visual novels like games on Twitter. I mean those are pretty cool too. So for those reasons, B, full stop. Next up, I got not have much to say about this one. I just do not like Roblox. I just do not like Roblox. That's all. Next up, RPG Maker. You know what? I really like this engine. Like I really like this engine too. There is a paywall like to use these engines, unfortunately. But once you actually purchase it, you can actually make like really good RPG games, like really good ones. I see it on Twitter, like for myself. You could actually make a traditional turn-based, like basically kind of like Dragon Quest, or you can make something like Earthbound or like Final Fantasy. Like it's actually really cool. So for that reason, I guess I'll just put it in B tier. Oh god, Scratch. The amount I'm seeing, the amount of games that made from scratch. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I remember like using this in school, like once in my lifetime. Like, yeah, that explains for itself. I guess it's a great like your very first engine like to use like back like I said when you're back at school, like just like just want to like a simple game I suppose. But I really just do not like the engine. Like I really just do not like the engine. I don't think it's the worst engine though. So yeah, just above Roblox. Unreal. Yes, I actually really love Unreal actually. Like despite the C++ like it like coding side of things, like yeah. But the blueprint just does the job like for the engine. And I think a lot of devs actually like use it as apart from like the ones that actually like in the triple A side of things, which they actually do use C++. Also, it gets better. The engine just gets better. Like it, the graphics just keeps improving. Fortnite was made on it. Kingdom Hearts 3 was made on it. Tekken was made on it. Well, 7 and 8, anyways. So yeah, I really, really love the engine. Like every update it gets, it just gets better. Like it really just gets better. And I'm currently making a game like using Unreal, which I will be announcing very soon. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's about it really. And I think it deserves a A tier really. Like just not here. Just if I could just move this a bit. There you go. Unity, the one I'm using, like most of my projects. Yippee! Well, Unity is kind of like the Nintendo side of the game industry. Like they make like I believe it's a good like tool to use, but the company is a bit weird. Just like Nintendo, they make good games, but the company is just moving like shifting like weirdly. You know what I mean? And it's it's like primarily used like for physics. Like it has like pretty good like use of physics for the engine. And for that reason, bam, I think it's just an A tier. Like I believe it's better than Godot. Ha, what are you gonna do about it? That's my tier list. It's over. I think this is just based on my opinion, really. Like, don't take it to offense, really. And this is just what I think personally. So yeah, I think that's it. See ya.